Hi, welcome to a bonus video which is semi-related to Roxy's Journal of Stitchery but also to a couple of other things. So here I've got my mum's lace journal that she's been following along with my sister Rachel, Roxy Creations by Rachel. And I'm just showing you this little pouch that mum's attached to the front of her journal that my auntie made. It's actually stitched using wire thread, and she put a little photo of my brother in there with a fleur-de-lis, metal fleur-de-lis on the back. And that's when my brother was a baby, and my brother's now 40. How old is he? Turning 42 next week. And look at that beautiful embroidery. It's all metal. It's actually quite heavy. And then she's got some different beadings on there as well. Now, Mum has never made a journal before. She's done fabric stitch books, but not anything with paper craft. So this is her first time making something. So she's used a combination of different textiles and vintage laces and lots of vintage paper pieces. I'm pretty sure Rach sent her a pack to be able to put this journal together, and she's been following along with Rachel's project that she's been doing on her YouTube channel. So I'm just giving you a sneak peek to have a look at some of the things that Mum has been doing. So all the papers are actually authentic. I don't think, there's a little feather there, I don't want to pull it out because it's pulling it apart. I don't think that any of the pages are reproductions or photocopies or printed out. I think they're all originals. And there's some really beautiful textures in those papers as well. Now, there's lots of nice lace pieces in this journal, but I'll just say that Mum's not fully completed with this journal. She still has some bits and pieces to add in, and certainly the last pages towards the end are not done. So she's got some different pockets made out of the lace and lots of little paper flowers. And it looks like she's made one of those pansies with hand-dyed silk ribbon. And some of her tags, like that owl tag, is actually glued down, so I can't lift that up. So she has glued some tags in, and then some can be taken out of the pockets. Like these three tags here are all removable. She's got a little one with a bird with some original paper, a card with a lady on it. And then I'm pretty sure those fabric pieces there are ones that my sister printed for Mum so she could put some printed fabrics into her journal. So she's got little flip ups and a tiny little Suffolk puff that she's made at the top. And continuing on to the next page. So some beautiful laces and trims here that she's got, as you can see at the bottom, and I think Mum's glued most of it down in place, and it seems to be nice and secure. And then she's done a little bit of extra work there with some silk ribbon. At the top there, she does have a piece of lace that she hasn't attached yet, and that bird is printed on fabric as well. Again, I'm not sure if my sister printed that or if Mum found that somewhere else. So there's an extra piece of lace, and I know she wants to attach it somehow at the top. And turning over to the next page. Again, we've got a bird printed on some fabric with some bits of handwritten, I think that might have been Italian script that Rach got for Mum. And some little tags here in this pocket. So it's a double-sided fabric tag. I thought it was two tags stuck together, but it's fabric on both sides. And an additional little tag with some music paper and old book page as well. And on this page, Mum's gone a little bit brighter with a piece of lace and then some vintage embroidery and a little heart. They look like the Indian hearts. And a little picture of a lady there. These tags here are actually Mum glued them in because she said they kept falling out, so she just glued them in. So I can't actually, they're basically stuck. I can't lift those ones up. Okay, onto this page. Each page has some lovely lace on it and that little girl and a cute little tag. And this is a piece of tapestry which I bought at my crafty op shop, and I gave some to Mum. And then she's got a metalwork J there, J for Juju. Okay, Madonna and Child, I think. And they're little paper flowers again that she found at the crafty op shop. And she's done a little beadwork in the middle. So turning over. And we've got a bit of fabric on this page, some toile, some pieces of lace. That is actually double-sided with fabric, that tag, but I can't flip it too well. And a little metal tassel. And this is printed on fabric, this section here as well. Okay, so this page, only one side is done. So we've got some fabric underneath and some lace as well. And then Mum's probably made that monogram. I'm not sure what M stands for, maybe M for Mum. So all that is back stitch and satin work, satin stitch. And then she's got a little Suffolk puff on a paper heart that she's cut out. And the other page isn't quite finished yet. It's quite thin, this paper, in this centre page. So she is thinking about how she can sort of do some work on that to thicken it out. So this is her centre page, and it's an image of a theatre. She's got lace down one side and does want to stick lace down the other side as well. And she's got a few little people stuck here and there. And a little decorative kind of piece of paper up the top that runs across the top. So the back side of this one is not done. She will need to work on that one and thicken up the paper. And then the other page over here has this some bits of lace at the bottom and on the side, and the little blue chicken with the lady. All right, so this bottom piece of fabric, again, I think it might be one that Rachel's printed for Mum, with some very decorative lace on the top, and that's actually stuck down that card, and so is the key, so I can't pull them up. And I think that flower's been fussy cut out of fabric. And on the other side, we've got quite a large pocket with a fabric heart, and then in this pocket are a few different cards. So a little tag with some lace, some different pieces of paper, some more lace. And this is like an authentic postcard. All right, so on this page, Mum received this little pocket from my sister Rachel, and inside she has stamped on pieces of cotton and also linen. And Mum wants to stick the pocket down onto that page on the left-hand side at the top. So to show you a few of the things that she stamped, I'm going to tip them all out so you can see them. Then on this right hand side, Mum has put one of the pieces of linen, or she hasn't stuck it down yet, but she will be putting it, and she's got some other trims. So you can see there another page isn't quite finished yet, but she will get it done. And on this one we've got some printed fabric, a beautiful kind of velvety flower, and then another image with some lace on top. And the bird again is printed on fabric. It's actually really lovely the way Rach can print on fabric like that. I know it wasn't Mum that does the printing, it would be Rachel. And just these are her final pages, which she hasn't quite finished yet. And another piece of trim there, which has sort of got some embroidery that she's stuck on. So on the back, we've got a tassel, lace, picture of the little girls, some flowers, and the date for 2022. So I hope you like looking at Mum's lacy journal. She's done some great work considering she's never done this before. It's not quite finished. She does have more work that she wants to do in it, but I think she's done a great job so far. And hopefully she will finish it soon and I can show you the finished product. So in a minute or so, I'm going to show you Mum's next pages for her Roxy's Journal of Stitchery and what progress she has made so far. So we're going to look at that when I come back in a minute. All right, so here we are with Mum's latest pages. So you've probably seen a photograph of her page with all the flowers. Mum's actually doing quite big pages. They're much bigger than mine. Mine are fairly small, but she's done Canthus style stitching in the background, stitching down all her pieces of fabric. She's layered on some bits of laces, and then she's done a floral bouquet in the middle. With different types of threads. There's quite a few wool threads in there. Looks like maybe some stranded cotton and little silk flowers as well. Then on this side, this is Mum's page for March, where she's done lots of Canthus style stitching in the background. And she has stitched down some different pieces of trim and lace, done a little bit of embroidery, added some buttons, and she's embroidered that flower in wool threads, and she plans on adding a butterfly to this page as well. So just to show you close up, I think the butterfly might be going on top of where that lace is, just there. So as you probably know, Mum's doing a couple of pages for each theme. So here is her second butterfly page, and it's still a work in progress, but she's made a fairly dimensional butterfly. So she's actually put some wire around the edges of the fabric so that she could fold up their wings and make it fairly 3D. Then at the top, she's got a beautiful embroidered flower. So just to give you one last look at the different pages that Mum's been doing, here are some of her scenes. That quilted piece on the right is something that I think she's working on for a future block. She's got her 2 bunny pages, and she's got her sampler stitches as well, where a lot across the bottom you can see that she's also sewn some different fabrics. So on to another bonus section. Rach and I have mentioned that we would like to showcase some of our favourite artists, textile artists anyway. So this is a bundle of things I bought from a lovely lady called Claire. And Claire, I think, has not done a lot of selling on Etsy so far, and I might have been one of her earlier sales. But there's her card. So her business name is My Loft Lines Stitches, and you can see her Instagram and her details there. I'll link them in the description at the bottom as well. And she does these gorgeous little embroideries, these slow stitch pieces with wonderful backgrounds and very delicate little flowers that she makes with scraps of fabric and different types of threads. So I bought 3 different ones for myself with the intention, so that's the first one, with the intention of framing the 3. And here's the second one that I bought. I love the blue and white at the bottom and then the colourful flowers. They're very pretty and delicate. And then I've got a third one. Oh, sorry, just to show you the back. One was done on an old piece of quilt. One looks like it's just done on linen. And then this is my third one here. So one of them is slightly smaller than the others, but it doesn't bother me. They can all be framed in the same size frame so that they go together well. And so I bought 3 for myself, and I actually bought 1 for my sister as well, just to send it to her to see if she liked it. Which she did, by the way, just in case you're watching. Claire, Rachel absolutely loved hers as well. So there's her card again, just in case you're interested in going along and seeing what she does. So the second person I'm going to showcase is someone that I think is probably really well known. Her name is Viv from Hen's Teeth, and I've been lucky enough to buy 2 pieces from her. One just arrived today. That one that I'm going to show you there in a minute just arrived today, and I'm quite excited. So my first piece I'm going to show you, I think I bought it last year. So I'll show you her card first. How sweet is her card? She does beautiful work, not just textile work, but she also does painting and sort of mixed media as well. And her name is Viv from Hen's Teeth, and I'll link her details at the bottom of this video in the description. So this piece I bought from her last year, and again, it's very fine work and very delicate. It's just beautiful. And again, my intention is to frame this piece. So I will end up with several pieces that are framed, small pieces, textile pieces of art that I will end up putting up onto my wall. I'm thinking about putting them up in my bedroom. And this just arrived today. So I bought one of her needle cases. And again, her stitching is so tiny. Can you see those little tiny flowers under the buttons? And she always stitches on with lovely old vintage pieces of fabric, pieces of quilt. And that cover is just beautiful. And it's a velvet ribbon. It's quite thick. Sorry, I'm just trying to show you. You can actually wrap it around the button. I just was having trouble because the ribbon is quite thick. So back to my needle case. The inside is filled with vintage pieces of quilt, and I've only just received it today, as I said, so I haven't actually put any pins or needles in there yet, but I do plan to use it. So 2 wonderful pieces, both from Viv at Hen's Teeth, which are just stunning. Very delicate. So I hope you've enjoyed this bonus video today, showcasing some of Mum's work, both for a lace journal and her #journal, Roxy's Journal of Stitchery. and also the two artists that I've showcased this afternoon in my video. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again on Wednesday for my next episode. Bye.